In a quaint coastal town named Old Haven, where time seemed to pause and the sea whispered ancient secrets, lived a woman named Clara. Clara's home was a charming cottage perched on a gentle hill, offering a panoramic view of the bay. Painted in soft blues and whites, the cottage was a sanctuary of peace and comfort, adorned with blooming flowers that cascaded from window boxes and surrounded by a lush, vibrant garden. Each morning, Clara would rise with the sun, the first light of dawn illuminating her cozy kitchen. She would brew a pot of chamomile tea, the calming scent enveloping the room. Then, she would step out into her beloved garden, a tapestry of colors and scents. The garden was her haven, where she grew an array of flowers, herbs, and vegetables. She found solace in the simple act of tending to her plants, her hands working the soil as her mind drifted. One particularly radiant summer morning, Clara decided to take a walk down to the beach. The path from her cottage to the shore was lined with wildflowers, their vibrant hues a feast for the eyes. As she walked, the rhythmic sound of waves grew louder, the ocean's melody calming her spirit. When she reached the beach, she removed her shoes and let her feet sink into the warm, soft sand. She walked along the water's edge, the cool waves gently caressing her ankles. As Clara strolled, she noticed a man sitting on a large driftwood log, staring out at the sea. His face was weathered and wise, his eyes kind and thoughtful. She recognized him as Andrew, a man who had recently moved to Old Haven. Andrew had once been a sailor, his life entwined with the sea's ebb and flow. "Good morning, Andrew," Clara greeted him with a warm smile. "Morning, Clara," Andrew replied, his voice rich and soothing. "It's a beautiful day, isn't it?" "It truly is," Clara agreed, sitting down beside him on the log. "What brings you out here today?" "Just reminiscing," Andrew said, a nostalgic look in his eyes. "The sea has a way of stirring old memories." Clara nodded in understanding. She too found comfort in the sea, its vastness a reminder of the world's endless possibilities and the smallness of individual worries. They sat in companionable silence, listening to the waves and the distant calls of seabirds. After a while, Andrew began to share stories of his life at sea. He spoke of early mornings on the deck of a ship, the thrill of navigating through storms, and the peaceful nights under a canopy of stars. His voice had a rhythmic quality, like the rolling waves, and Clara found herself drawn into his tales, captivated by the adventures and the serenity they evoked. As the sun climbed higher, Clara bid Andrew farewell and continued her walk along the shore. She came across a small tide pool, its clear water revealing a hidden world of tiny creatures, crabs scuttling, starfish clinging to rocks, and colorful sea anemones swaying with the current. She knelt down and watched them, marveling at the simple beauty of nature. In the afternoon, Clara returned to her cottage, her heart light and her mind at peace. She spent the rest of the day in her garden, the familiar tasks of weeding, watering, and harvesting, bringing her a deep sense of fulfillment. As the sun began to set, she prepared a simple dinner of fresh vegetables and herbs from her garden, savoring the flavors of her labor. After dinner, Clara returned to her porch with a cup of lavender tea. The sky was a canvas of colors once more, the sun dipping below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the sea. Wrapped in her favorite blanket, Clara took a deep breath, the scent of salt water and blooming flowers filling her senses. She closed her eyes and listened to the sounds of the night, the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze, the distant call of an owl, and the constant, soothing rhythm of the waves. In the quiet of the evening, Clara felt a profound sense of peace and contentment. She reflected on the simple pleasures of the day, the beauty of the beach, the stories shared with Andrew, the joy of tending to her garden. It was in these moments she realized that true happiness was found, not in grand adventures or material wealth, but in the quiet, everyday experiences that brought her closer to nature and to herself. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Clara felt her eyes grow heavy. She finished her tea and went inside, the cool, crisp sheets of her bed welcoming her. She drifted off to sleep with a smile on her face, her dreams filled with the serene shores of Old Haven and the gentle lullaby of the sea. And so, in the stillness of the night, with the waves whispering their ancient secrets, Clara slept peacefully, her heart full of gratitude, and her spirit as calm and boundless as the ocean itself.